The second season kickoff of And Just Like That, the sequel to Sex and the City, got off to a fast start on Max. A growing friendship and solid stories for the characters were set up right from the get-go. The show tackles two big misses from its first season, Samantha Jones not being there and the show's sexy vibe. Even though Samantha's absence is briefly touched on with a phone call, it's pretty clear the show hasn't lost its sexy vibe. Starting as expected with hot scenes, the first episode shows Carrie, Charlotte, Miranda, Seema Patel, and Lisa Todd Wexley with their own partners, while Dr. Nia Wallace turns to adult videos for fun. After their after-sex happiness, a chat about cooking between Carrie and Franklin pops up, and Carrie admits her longtime dream to nail poaching eggs. However, her tries the next day are a big fail. Charlotte's surprise visit as Franklin is stepping out makes Carrie's two worlds collide. Charlotte can't wait to get the scoop on Franklin, while Lisa is hustling to get funds for her next documentary, not too happy about her husband Herbert's suggestion to bankroll it. Over on the West Coast, Miranda is celebrating her progress while Che is busy trying on costumes for their new TV show. A casual remark hinting they're overweight sets off their insecurities, which Miranda takes as a sign of fading interest in her. But by the time the episode wraps up, both Che and Miranda speak up about their worries. Prep is happening for the Met Ball. Seema is all set to go with Carrie, and Anthony Marantino is Charlotte's +1. But things get messy when Seema is invited to a dinner with Zed, his kid, and his ex-wife, and Charlotte's hubby, Harry, says he wants to go to the Met Ball, wrongly thinking it will let him hang out with celebs. Anthony is appeased with the promise of going with Carrie when he hears about Harry's new plan. At the dinner, Seema finds out Zed is still living with his ex, so she bolts and gets her plans with Carrie back on track, leaving Anthony out of the picture again. When Harry hears he won't be bumping into Rihanna, he bails, putting Anthony back as Charlotte's +1. Lisa and Herbert end up hoofing it to the gala when Lisa forgets to sort out a ride. Carrie has an outfit disaster and has no choice but to wear her wedding dress from the 2008 Sex and the City movie, right down to the headpiece. In episode 2, Carrie is struggling with pushing a vaginal wellness product. Herbert has times of feeling exposed despite his dough, a reminder that he's not immune from the problems other minority groups face. Lily flogging her dresses to buy a keyboard makes Charlotte face up to her kids growing up. Nia hits the roof when her estranged hubby, Andre, drops hints about possible cheating and suggests a surrogate as a fix for their marriage. Seema briefly gets back together with Zed, but when he floats the idea of them being joint owners of a Manhattan club, she walks out on him again. Miranda learns that Che was once hitched to a guy, and Che bumps into Tony Danza, who's going to play their dad in their self-titled series. Near the end of the second episode of Season 2, Carrie and Franklin end things. After losing Mr. Big in Season 1, Carrie's thing with Franklin had been relaxed, filled with weekly podcast recordings and hot hookups. But when Franklin floats the idea of them going to a friend's do on a Tuesday, Carrie realizes she's not ready for a serious relationship. She opens up to Franklin, who seems to get it. By the time the episode wraps up, Franklin admits that he can't keep a relationship going with no future, and they split on good terms. Carrie realizes she's suddenly got her whole week's plan wide open.